Unintentional ASMR.
You are currently within a no-fire zone. Retract your weapons, Commander. You have left the no-fire zone. This is Traffic Operations, signing off.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two. Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Congressional candidate endorses Xeno peace movement. Dalton Chase, the federal governor of Andavangel 1, is campaigning to become a member of Congress with support from the Thargoid Advocacy Project. A profile of Governor Chase was published in the Federal Times by political journalist Sophia Trevino. Despite only being in his mid-30s with a short political career, Dalton Chase has made a habit of beating the odds. He achieved a very strong following within his home system of Andavangel, eclipsing more experienced rivals to become a planetary governor. This is largely due to his willingness to reach beyond the mainstream. Many politicians claim the kind of exuberance and natural charisma that Chase possesses, but few would risk talking about the Thargoids using pointed phrases such as communication, not extermination. Younger voters are drawn to his boldness, as are the ICE casters who routinely invite him onto their platforms. Following the unfortunate incident that recently befell Congressman Theodore Parches, a rare vacancy has opened within the Federation's grandest political body. Governor Chase should be the least likely candidate, except for the fact that he has become something of a poster boy for the Xeno peace movement. A key pledge of Chase's electoral campaign is to pursue ways of opening human Thargoid diplomatic channels.
I'm a little
The
nervous in
Thargoid
this system.
Advocacy Project is promoting Chase as the best chance to get Congress to take their ideas seriously. This in turn has fueled a media backlash from some quarters, with Sol today claiming he relies on the alien lover vote. We will soon learn if Dalton Chase's popularity among the demographic is enough to see him elected to high office. Thargoids repulsed by Operation Tindarius. Pilots Federation alert. Allied forces have successfully defended the Andy-Cavi system.
That's enough of that for now.
Docking request granted. Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Dodge.
Four, three, two, fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, incoming mission critical message. Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
And nice and slow. Nice and slow.
Incoming message.
Thargoid vessels. The defense operation was centered around the megaship Kumaho Sky, which hosted the Alliance and Sirius Corporation's joint anti-Xeno task force. A declaration of victory was made by Admiral Nicholas Glass. Operation Tindarius is officially a triumph. Alliance Defense Force and Sirius Navy crews have fought side by side to protect the people of Antikavi from the Thargoids. The aliens withdrew from the system en masse, following several days of hard fighting. The task force was ably supported by many freelance pilots and AX squadrons who
Frameshift drive charging.
now claim their rewards from the Kumaho Sky. These include unique pre-engineered heatsink modules for qualifying Xeno hunters. In addition, the modules will shortly be commercially available via official Sirius Corporation technology brokers. Prime Minister Edmund Mahon expressed gratitude to all those who took part, remarking that the long delays in making the Strategic Defense Pact a reality have finally proved to be worthwhile. In response, Councillor Nakato Kane highlighted reports from witnesses that many Thargoid vessels withdrew to hyperspace before human forces overwhelmed them. She added, "Would the result in Antikavi have been in
Frameshift drive charging.
different without Sirius Corporation's involvement? We have seen the Thargoids retreat while several conflicts were still evenly matched, just as in several other systems recently. Did this military pact do for anything that the ADF could not have achieved alone?" Subject D2 rejects Azimuth. Seojin A, the Project Seraph survivor, has refused to have any further contact with Azimuth stated, it will come as no surprise that Miss Seo vehemently rejects Mr. Raidmaker's proposal. She has relayed horrific details to me about her abduction years ago and the invasive experimentation at Oaken Point. The fear that Azimuth operatives were hunting her never passed, resulting in total isolation from her former life to protect friends and loved ones. As things stand, she has no reason to trust the organization responsible for her suffering. Miss Seo's health has improved, but I'm informed that a significant neural grafted into her cerebral cortex, designed to interface with the Thargoid vessel. Can never be removed. With her permission, we are working to better understand the manner of the surgeries inflicted upon Miss Seo, along with her claimed interpretation of the Thargoid Roar. I have contacted both Professor Ishmael Palin and Ram Tar for assistance. Azimuth Biotech CEO Torben Raidmaker expressed disappointment at the response and cast doubt on Seo Jin A's legitimacy. In her fragile state, Me Too may be vulnerable to coercion by Professor Tesro and other ex-Aegis radicals. Our medical teams have access to records detailing the procedures Oaken Point surgeons were carrying out. It would be unwise of Tesro to choose self-interest over the chance to truly heal D2. In related news, several news feeds have reported an initial bump in public support for the reinstatement of Aegis. Following her attendance at the symposium, Deputy Prime Minister Angela Corcoran told the Old World's Gazette, Operation Tindarius has been initiated, with forces engaged in protecting the anti-Cavi system. Yet the Alliance should not rely exclusively on Sirius Corporation for anti-Xeno defense. I believe that the return of Aegis is an option deserving serious consideration. Winters condemns oppression of Thargoid cult. The Poponcha conflict and the mass arrest of Thargoid cultists have received civil and political criticism across the Federation. Shadow President Felicia Winters delivered a statement to the Federal Times. It is logical that any organization supporting the Thargoids should come under scrutiny. But this does not justify the harsh and oppressive treatment of our own citizens for their religious beliefs. The Federal Accord safeguards their right to worship, as long as no laws are transgressed. The Federal Navy Intelligence Office has accused the cult of disseminating classified material and damaging anti-Xeno operations. I demand that their evidence be shared with the High Court so that a legal ruling can be made. I also call upon Congress to reject the Secretary of State's proposal to outlaw the Order of the Father. This is nothing more than a blatant effort to prop up President Hudson's waning power base. A multiple-choice survey held by Sol today resulted in the majority selecting traitorous cowards to describe cult members, showing that Hudson's order is not without support. However, a federal free press opinion poll suggested that many citizens are uncomfortable with hostile acts against deluded but essentially innocent people. The Perdition and Testament megaships have now withdrawn from their standard patrol between the core system and the Pleiades, presumably to avoid further acts of hostility from the Federation. Dr. Alfred Ulyanov observed that federal citizens of the cult, along with the few
Cloud Kruger, Mike Charlie Kilo, you are now in Federation space. Be advised, docking access to this station is by permission only. Landing authorized.
chapters of
Assigned
Heroes
to
were
landing
now
pad
concentrated
19.
ships. Orthodox Thargoid hive channels are believed to still operate in allied and independent systems. Azimuth, we can
Scan detected.
Biotech has publicly offered assistance to subject D2, the Project Seraph survivor who gate crashed
Landing gear deployed.
the recent Aegis Symposium. The woman, now identified as Seo Jin A, unexpectedly arrived at the event on Tuesday. She claimed to possess knowledge of the Thargoid roar that was heard at HIP 22460 following the Proteus wave's activation. There is speculation that this relates to her inclusion in
Touchdown. Ship secured.
experiments to create human pilots for Thargoid vessels. Professor Albert Tesreau has since issued a brief statement. Along with other former members of Aegis, I have provided sanctuary to Seo Jin A. She is currently receiving medical treatment at a private facility. Miss Seo's safety and welfare is now my responsibility. Torben Raidmaker, CEO of Azimuth Biotech, made the following declaration on public channels. We extend our heartfelt sympathies to the individual known as D2 and would like to extend an offer of assistance. This tragically mistreated individual will receive little help from a random assortment of ex-Aegis personnel. With our decades of research and xenological specialists, Azimuth Biotech is far better suited to assess both her physical and mental health. Her well-being would be our main concern, of course, but the possibility that D2 can somehow interpret Thargoid communications should not